Most traders chase breakouts too late. In today's video, we are going to build a scanner that returns stocks only at the beginning of their breakout, and we're going to do so utilizing zero indicators. I've actually already built and tested this scanner myself, and I have loaded the results of this scanner from today onto this left-hand side watch list, and I want you to look at the performance of the tickers today that are being returned by this scanner and get excited about building this thing because it is extremely powerful. So hopping over into our ThinkorSwim scan tab, the first thing we need to do is create some stock filters that get rid of the riffraff. There's just a lot of crap out there that you need to get rid of before you can really get to the meat and potatoes of really any scan that you build. So I'm going to come to add filter. I'm going to add a stock filter, and my first one will be of volume. I only want to see stocks 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 that have traded a minimum of 1 million shares on the day. That immediately takes us from 43,000 results down to just 900. And let's go ahead and add another stock filter in as well. I'm going to add in last, which is just the last price that has ticked on the stock. And I'm going to set it to a minimum of $1. I don't want to see any penny stocks returned in my watch list. That takes us down already, just with these couple of filters, down to only 712 stocks in our scanner. Now, let's jump into the meat and potatoes of finding stocks before they break out. As forementioned, we are going to be utilizing zero indicators in this scanner. We will be scanning purely based on price action to identify stocks before they break out. But if I quickly open back up my scan results and begin clicking through them, I want you to pay attention to what is happening on the bar previous to today based on the information you can see on this chart, as obviously we need to use the data from this bar within our scanner. And particularly, I want you to pay attention to the bottom half of the chart, to the volume bars down here. You'll notice that on the previous day, we got a increase in volume versus the average volume, and that the volume from yesterday is greater than the day prior. Those are the two checks that we are going to build in our first study filter for this scanner. Once again, continuing to take a look. High volume yesterday that is greater than the volume the day before. And as you can see in clicking through those results, that begins to provide us with some information that is leading to decent green days today. I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who has signed up to access my codes. We just passed over 1,400 total members, which is amazing, and I don't take it for granted. So thank you very much. If you are interested, the website link is in the description of this video down below. And just while I have your attention, let me also say a quick thank you for those of you that have continued watching my last 7, 8 videos. They've all been with sort of outdated stock data because I was making them well in advance, trying to get ahead of schedule to still have stuff to put out when my wife went into labor. Happy to announce that we have had our baby daughter. She and mom are both healthy. And just let you know, now you will be back to regularly scheduled program. The information you will be seeing on your charts is now back to the real-time data. Anyway, let's get back into building this scanner. So back within our scan tab, I'm going to add in another filter. This time, rather than stock, we are going to add our first study filter. We are going to add one more study filter as well to this scanner, but we'll get to that in just a minute. For now, let's focus on the volume study check that I just mentioned. So I'm going to come into the pencil icon of this filter, hop into the ThinkScript editor, and we are going to build out a very simple line of ThinkScript code to perform both of those volume checks I mentioned. The previous bar volume is greater than the average volume before it, and the previous bar volume is greater than the volume of 2 bars ago. To pull in the volume data, you simply type in volume. Easy enough. However, right now, this segment of code will return to us the volume data from the current bar. To offset where your data will be pulled from, so how many bars back you would like to offset by, you simply open bracket, type in the number of bars back you want to check. In our case, we want to check the previous bar, so just one candle back, close bracket. We will now be returned the volume number from yesterday's bar, and we want that to be greater than the average volume, separate your parameters with a comma, over the last 50 bars, close parentheses to wrap up that average function. Great. We now have our first volume check. The volume of previous bar is above the average volume over the last 50 bars. Now we need to build that increasing volume check. That really gives validity to the breakout. Yes, the stock is going up. Yay, yippee, their stock's going up every single day. That volume increase on heavy volume really gives validity to a breakout, as I have found now in my 9+ years of trading. So to do that, we are going to type in and that will append this check with this one that we just built. Basically, both of these checks must be true in order for the stock to be returned on the scanner, and the volume from the previous bar is greater than the volume from 2 bars ago. Now, if we go ahead and hit OK and run our scanner, you will notice we are now down to just 230 results. Now, we've talked about a lot of these stocks already in our finished scan results. Really, the first stock I notice on here that doesn't align with our end scanner is Palantir. If we go and look at the Palantir chart, we can begin talking about the second price action condition that we are going to scan for. You will notice, of course, that the volume of yesterday seems to be heavier than the average volume of the 50 days before it. We can actually turn on quickly the volume average check here. This is with the last 50 days. If we turn this on, we can see, yep, the volume yesterday was above that line and it was greater than the previous volume. So of course, matches our volume statistics, but why wasn't it on our finished scanner? Once again, I want you to take a look at not just the previous bar now, but also the bar before it, and we're going to talk about price action. So we're going to talk about now, rather than the volume section of the chart, the actual price candles of the chart itself. I need the previous bar to be green. So the close is greater than the open on the previous bar. Palantir meets that, great, it should still be on the scanner. Then I also need the same exact statement to be true for the bar before it. The close must be greater than the open from 2 bars ago as well. Essentially, the last 2 bars must be green. If I come back to our finished results here and click through some of these scans again, you'll notice, keep an eye on the volume, you'll see heavy increasing volume, and the previous 2 bars are green. Heavy increasing volume, and the previous 2 bars are green. Heavy increasing volume, and the previous 2 bars are green. So you get the idea. So that is our second study filter check that we need to build into our custom scanner. And this one is pretty simple. Add filter study into the pencil icon again to open back up our ThinkScript editor modal. Now that you understand how to offset data by using the brackets, all you need to check is that the close from 2 bars ago is greater than the open from 2 bars ago. And the close value from 1 bar ago is greater than the open value from 1 bar ago. Simple as that. Now we have a check built into our scanner that the previous 2 bars were green candles. We'll go from 230 results now down to just 56. And you'll notice, I should have pointed this out really quickly before, but Palantir and RGTI, those 2 red stocks that were like at the top of our scan results, they have now gone away. RGTI was another one that I didn't come in and explicitly mention, but it was on the scanner because the volume was up above the average and increasing, but now won't be on the scanner because it had this red day. And as you can see, this stock is red on the day. I've just found when building the scanner that combining that volume check and that the two previous bars were green, that's just giving, once again, I've mentioned validity with volume, but the two previous bars being green is even more validity. We have building volume and building buying pressure into this name. That is a sign that the stock is beginning to break out. Now, we're not done yet. The whole point of building a scanner is to find stocks that put yourself in the best situation for upwards continuation. A very important part of that is how you decide to sort your scan results. You want the stocks that are in the best situation to appear at the top of your list. The way I'm currently doing this, and a way like by default that I like to do this, is sort ascending top down by volume. However, in a sort of breakout scanner like this, using today's volume is sort of cheating. You sort of get skewed with the stocks that are currently the strongest at the top of your list because they have traded the most volume today. But like the purpose of this scanner is that you can run it at the end of the day or just before market open, get an idea of what stocks are likely to continue today and put those on a watch list before the market even opens. So before the market even opens, you won't know how much volume the stock is going to trade on the day, right? And the stock trading the most volume is, of course, going to be the strongest. So your results get skewed a little bit and it makes this scanner look better than it might actually be. And I don't like to lie to you guys. I like to give you guys scans that are actually useful in real-time trading, not just look pretty for a video like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a custom scan column that, rather than looking at today's volume as it is ever changing and will skew and cheat your results a little bit, we want to look at the previous day's volume because that will be static and not changing. So your scan sort results will never change order unless obviously new stocks appear on the scanner, which actually is impossible because we are using all data from previous bars. It's actually a really nice thing with this scanner. We are using no data from the current bar. So everything you see on here was on here at market open today. Nothing has like popped up because of changing situations today, because the stock moved up today, because the stock got a lot of volume today, it appears on your scanner. No, because that is, once again, cheating, because you don't know that's going to happen before market open, right? That's what we want to build the scan around. Anyway, we need to build a custom column that returns yesterday's volume rather than today's volume. To build a custom scan column within ThinkorSwim, you're going to click on this tiny little cog icon to the far right of your scan result headers. Click into this, click into customize. That pops up our search results modal. And in your lookup a column, you are going to type in custom and you will see custom 1 through 19. My list looks different because I've already used a lot of my custom columns, but really all that matters is this scroll icon without a lock on it appears. Whenever you see this within ThinkorSwim, you can click into it, and this means that you can edit the code within it. So to pull yesterday's volume, it's really easy. We already know how to do that. We did it in our custom study scan filter, right? We're going to pull in volume and we're going to offset it by 1 so that we are looking at the volume of yesterday. Of course, also make sure you double click on it to add it to your current set, and you will now see that information loading in here. And what I'll do is I'll sort ascending top down now by yesterday's volume rather than today's volume. Actually, QBTS is still at the top of our list because it traded huge volume yesterday. You'll actually notice the list stays relatively the same, and that's actually really good to see. That gives, I'm going to use the word validity for the third time in this video, but it does. It gives validity to the idea of our scanner. The stock that traded a lot of volume yesterday is more likely to get a lot of volume today. What's the whole point? What's like the title of this video is building a scanner to find stocks before they break out. We're doing, I mean, that's proof that we did it, right? because of our scan filters that we added, and now sorting top down ascending by yesterday's volume, most of these stocks are getting a ton of volume today. QBTS, BTG, ABEV, QUBT, VALE. These are all the same stocks that I've been clicking through. They're all the same ones. So it means that it's working, right? Hey, the stocks that are, maybe it's not BTG, sorry. The stocks that got a lot of volume yesterday and are making that move up with heavy ascending volume and 2 previous green bars are once again getting a lot of volume today and at the beginning stages of their breakout move. So that's very, very nice to see. So what you do is you run this scanner every single day before market open, and you have a pretty good list of stocks that have a higher than normal likelihood to be green on the day. Does that mean that every one of these 56 stocks is going to be green, is going to continue on its breakout? No, of course not. Looking through the percent change here, you will see there's a handful of red stocks. But look at the difference between the number of green stocks versus red stocks. That's the point. And that's the point of any scanner. That's the point of active trading entirely. You are putting yourself in the right situation to make money. You are not trying to always make money. That will never happen. Wouldn't it be nice if there was like a scanner we could build or a strategy we could build that always made money? Of course, but it just will never be true in this game that you can always make money. It's all about putting yourself in the right situation. And once again, just looking at the percent change of the results of this scanner, it looks to be that this scanner is doing a good job of that. We of course just built this scanner step by step together in this video, but I just want to point out that alongside the over 120 plus other custom coded strategies, scanners, studies, you can even copy my exact workspaces, etc., available over on my website, I have already published this scanner as well for easy import for those of you already signed up or for those of you that are going to sign up. Once again, if you are interested in custom coding within ThinkorSwim, go to the website, which is linked in the description down below. You can click on sign up and get access to all those codes right now. Or if you are interested in learning how to code your own ideas within ThinkorSwim, I have also published a course that will take you from knowing literally nothing about ThinkorSwim or coding at all. You don't have to have ever even seen a line of code before in your life for this course to take you from where you currently are up to the same exact level that I am at now with my 5+ years of experience in coding within ThinkorSwim. So that's also available if you're interested. Once again, all of it linked in the description of this video down below. Please hit the like button if you learned something, if you're going to make use of this scanner. I mean, I think it's got ridiculously strong potential. I mean, stock up 7% on the day, 8% on the day, 2% on the day, 15% on the day, 2% on the day, 3.5% on the day. Just every stock I'm clicking through for the most part on this scanner is providing an upwards move today. And once again, all of these stocks in this exact order would have looked just like this even before market open today. This is not like a cheating scanner that is just popping stocks up because they're strong. You noticed as we were building it, we used all past data. So none of the data that we are scanning on is changing right now. We're using all past data. So it all would have looked like this even before market open. Anyway, I'm ranting. I just think this scanner seems to have extremely strong potential. So once again, hit like if you do plan on using it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you would like to continue learning and to continue getting access to scanners like this in the future. And with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign out of this video. I'll catch you all in the next one.